So not the ideal wedge shot there. It went in low, it went in fast, and it went skidding across the green. It's not the spinning wedge shot that I was looking for, and that's one of the questions that I get asked quite a lot in my lessons. How do I spin my wedges? Today's lesson, we're going to cover all that. Before we even start to hit these shots and spin our wedges, we need to have the right tools for the job. We need a lofted wedge. Roughly round about 54, 56 degrees of loft is going to be the ideal weapon for the job. Also, we need a premium golf ball. If you're trying to spin it with a top flight or a pinnacle, not really going to happen. We need something with a soft urethane cover, so when it's actually hit, we can get that urethane and that soft feel off the club. Also, if we look at this, one of the most common things I see is this. When people walk into the lesson bay and they're asking me about how do they spin their wedges, and they don't look like they've been cleaned in 10 years. So what we need to do is make sure that we've got a nice clean face like so, and get rid of all the mud in the grooves here, and make sure that we've got maximum coverage and we've got the actual grooves to spin the ball on. If we've not, we are dreaming straight away. Then the technique. Let's talk technique. What we saw from that one, as you can see there, that divot is pretty horrible. It looks awful. I've gone steep down into the ground, and I've actually not done the job of spinning it. The reason for that was, as you noticed from that first swing that I made, I had the ball very much in the back of my stance here, and I had the handle length forwards. Now, as I said a moment ago, we need loft. If I get the ball back in my stance and I press the handle forwards, I am taking all of the loft off the golf club. So I might start with 54, but by the time that I actually set up, I've changed it down to somewhere near 40. And then as I come down steeply into the back of the ball, I'm taking even more loft off it. So we would see that that ball comes out flat. That's not what we need. So first things first, we need to make sure that we've got the right ball position as we're going through it. So what we'd see from studies nowadays off TrackMan and FlightScope, we actually want to place the ball more up to the lead side of our stance here, so about an inch behind my lead heel. The reason for that is I'm going to get the feeling of actually sliding the club underneath, so the ball spends more time on the club face and getting quite a lot of friction. I'm not coming down and trapping it and letting it, shoot off as we go through. I'm letting it slide under and getting maximum friction from there. I'd want to place a little bit more weight into my lead side so I can make sure that I do get that ball first as well. Sometimes when I see people trying to spin it, they're on the back foot trying to dig it, and it's not going to help us that way. We need a good solid crisp contact, so it's ball then turf, and we do that by placing our weight forwards. Then what we need as well is we need speed. I'm 70 yards out here. If you're trying to spin the ball from 20 yards, you're not going to have enough clubhead speed to generate that backspin. So we need to accept that from sort of 60 yards out, somewhere where we're actually getting a half swing or a little bit longer, we're going to be generating the clubhead speed to get the spin. So we would have something now, instead of it being back in my stance and coming down really steeply into the golf ball, I've gone forwards in my stance, a little bit of weight into the lead side, then I'm creating speed down at the bottom of the golf ball here by feeling that I let the club slide underneath and get this really shallow divot. I'm not trying to get the big steep divot, I'm getting the little brush with loads of speed. So let's give this a go. Ball inch behind my lead foot, weight towards the lead side, and then I'm going to feel that I let the club slide underneath and get some more speed under the ball and a good strike. And that is all over it. Get in the hole. It's actually spun back from the hole, so just what we wanted there. Normally you'd want to hit them over the top of the flag for them to spin in, but there was a better strike, and as we can see, only a really shallow divot when we compare this little thing here opposed to that massive divot that we've got there. I was able to get something that came out higher, it came out a little bit softer, and as it landed it had the one stop and a little bit of zip back. So if you're looking to spin your golf shots, guys, what we need we need loft, we need a premium golf ball, then we need the right technique. Don't get stuck into getting it in the back of your stance and trapping it. We need to be more towards the front of the stance and feeling that we're letting the club slide underneath to get a beautiful little contact and give us the best chance of spinning this golf ball. So one more. Let's hit this one over and spin it back this time. Oh, that was a really nice strike as we go through. And again, one bounce and a little bit of zip there. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this lesson this week. If you have, do remember to hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell notification so you're not missing any of your free golf lessons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.